80. And today we're gonna talk about Lover's Lane from 1999. And today it's just me and Blue. And how are you doing today?
It's hurt as fuck.
Oh, you heard as fuck, or did you say...
Tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us. Um, you've been on a small hiatus from the podcast. Have you catched everything?
I've watched a few movies actually. Let me just pull that up.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, so let's see here. So I watched a French movie. We all know the French movie here, or the French movies from France. Le Calendrier. It's about a girl in a wheelchair that gets this wooden advent calendar that gives her candy at 12 every night.
Okay.
But as we know, it's French. It's a horror flick. Yeah. It was alright. I think you would like it.
Does it have a English title?
Don't think so. I have no idea. I can double check. I watched it in French. It was a little bit hard to follow. Because I don't speak French, and I was playing Minecraft while watching it. Yeah, this is a movie you clearly want to read what they're saying to actually understand. It came out last year. Doesn't have an English title. The backstory here. Ava is a paraplegic. On her birthday, her friend Sophie gives her a strange advent calendar. It's not that traditional treats you find when you open each drawer, but quirky gifts that are scary and get bloodier. Yeah.
Okay.
It was pretty alright, actually. I'm not gonna...
It sounds interesting, at least.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rewatch it, but I think you would like it. I did a rewatch of Tamara.
Oh, yeah, the high school supernatural incantation slasher.
Yeah. Not as good as I remembered it to be, but it was still a pretty nice rewatch. I believe this is Unfriended Part 3, but they renamed it Dark Web. This one is about a YouTuber that tries to dive deeper. So there's something called on YouTube called icebergs. Lots of different YouTube channels makes videos about different icebergs, like most disturbing horror movies of all time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
This guy is doing just that. He does a video of each part of the iceberg, and the deeper down he goes, the weirder shit starts happening. It's just like Unfriended and the other quote-unquote dark web that was actually supposed to be named Darknet, that we have already covered. Don't fucking watch it. It's complete and utter trash. The first one is way better than this one. The second one was ass, and this one is just piss. Like, nah.
Okay.
And I watched I watched three animated movies. I watched Princess and the Frog, Encanto, and Sing 2. Still pretty good, really fucking good. Sing 2 was definitely better than the first one. Just saying. Go back to like only horror movies. I have watched 3 in a series of 10. Puppet Master 1 through 3.
Yeah.
The first one was pretty alright. I mean, it's the classic early 90s kind of horror movie.
I think the first one was released in '89. I think. So it's
Yeah. The second one was definitely better because it was bloodier. And the third one, really without spoiling anything, who doesn't like seeing Nazis die? Just saying. It's the basic origin story.
Okay.
Yeah, like
I know that I think it's the 10th movie that's takes place during World War II as well. I think.
Then I watched the Addams Family Reunion. This is a movie I've never watched before. It was pretty alright. I'd say it's definitely not like the there's another one, Addams Family, where Fester has been gone for some time, and he's back, and blah blah blah. I think that one plays out in the 90s. Super good. This one was pretty alright. It was.
I think Reunion is a sequel to that one.
No, it's before. I actually looked that up.
So that's the remake or reboot of the Addams Family.
I'm not sure, to be honest, but this one
I haven't seen those movies, but I listened to a podcast when they were discussing those movies. So
yeah, no, this one came out after before the other one, but this one was pretty alright. It was a good like Sunday kind of movie. Then I watched a movie called Profile from last year. This one also plays out like Unfriended, where they use the screen of a computer to play out the movie.
Yeah, the desktop.
Yeah, the desktop perspective. Doing it right, it can be a good movie, in my opinion. But most often they fail so hard on. I know that there's one horror movie out there about a dad looking for his missing daughter that actually did the concept really.
I think that one is called Missing. I haven't seen it, but I got it on my to watch list.
Anyways, so this one, it's based on a book that is based on a real life thing. So this journalist is trying to infiltrate the ISIS movement. Yes.
Or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and one thing leads to another, and it escalates. I thought this one was really hard to watch because it's, to me at least, it's just like a little bit too close to when girls actually like were leaving European countries to join up with the movement. And I mean, this is still going on, but it's not as big. I guess media isn't on it as much as it has been.
Yeah.
But it was. No. The movie itself was pretty alright. The POV was nice, but yeah. I don't really recommend it, but at the same time, I wouldn't say don't go watch this. If this is the kind of movie you're interested in watching, go ahead. Then I watched The Long Night. Gray actually left me halfway through the movie because he was getting so fucking bored out of it, and I was like, you know what, I've come halfway. I'm gonna finish it.
Okay.
It's about a couple that she's adopted. He's a New York, like rich boy. Daddy pays everything.
Yeah.
And they stumble into a cult. I like from the poster. I was having high hopes about it. I was like, oh, these masks looks, chef's fucking kiss. They look amazing. This is gonna be so good. How fucking deceiving a poster can be, you know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even wipe my own ass with this fucking movie. That's how bad it is. Like, nah, thanks, I'm good.
Was it a Borathon or?
It was so fucking boring, and like a tiny spoiler, like as every cult fucking movie out there, people gets possessed and whatever. She looks like she's trying to fake a fucking orgasm every time she gets possessed. I kid you not. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? So no, don't watch it. Just like spare yourself 90 minutes and don't watch it. Then I watched this one. I thought was like a little bit different of a horror movie, so to say. The Ledge. It's from I think it's from last year.
Never heard of it.
No, it's from this year actually. Whoopsie-doo. Doesn't say when it was released. It's a thriller. When I was looking at it, it was a horror thriller. But yeah. This girl's getting chased by murderers and decides to climb up a fucking mountain. I mean, it can go two ways from here. She dies or they die. I went into this thinking it was gonna be like The Descent, you know, with the girls stuck in a cave and whatnot.
Yeah.
But this was just a borathon where, oh, is she gonna survive? Is she gonna outsmart them? Is she gonna kill them? Are they gonna kill her? It's save yourself another 90 minutes here and don't watch it.
Is there a lot of,
it's some filler.
height sequences?
Not really. It's like one sequence where, like experienced climbers that climbs really steep mountains. They have these like sleeping, not really bags, but tents that they can hang on the side of the mountain with this like kind of platform they can lay on and sleep on. That's like the most you get to see like the height in the movie.
Okay.
Other than
I remember I was watching a movie called what the fuck was it? It's a French movie actually.
yeah.
I think it was French. High Lane, I think it's called. It's about a group of teenagers who goes up into the mountains and they get stuck there because the bridge they are walking on collapses. And there are tons of shots of them trying to traverse the mountain without any equipment, really. So it's really nail biting.
Yeah.
And then it about halfway through it turns into a slasher movie. But the first half of the movie is way better than the second one, I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like I think the absolute worst part of it is she's like dangling off a climbing rope. That's about the most terrifying part of the whole movie. Like, is she gonna drop? Are they gonna drop him? Is she gonna die? Basically. But other than that, really, she gets her fucking she kicks their ass because she's experienced. They're not. But yeah, it's a borathon. You would not like this one.
Okay.
The Girl Who Got Away, on the other hand, I think you might like. It's a little bit long, for my opinion. They could have cut it with 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay.
To make it, I mean, a little bit shorter, a little bit sweeter. So it starts off with this guy who, or this man and his son who, they come across a girl running on the road, and they pick her up and save her from someone has kidnapped her and are trying to kill her, essentially. And then it was like winds, I think, 15, 20 years into the future where, oh, she's a teacher and everything is so good and blah, 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 blah. And this nutcase breaks out. And like the title says, the girl that got away, she's going after her. And it's just like...
It sounds very slasher-esque.
It is semi... It is like a mild version of Halloween, essentially. It's definitely good. It's a good watch. It was a good time killer. Its runtime is about 2 hours, I would say. If I remember right. That's why I say, like, cut it with about 15, 20 minutes and it would be better.
Yeah.
There's a lot of filler that makes the movie a little bit boring. But still, it's worth the time. I'm not gonna, like, rush back to watch it, but this is one of those that I might actually rewatch at some point.
Okay.
And the last one is Royal Jelly. So, for those who don't know, in beehives, the bee queen gets fed royal honey that makes her bigger and more fertile, and that's how they make more babies and stuff. And yes, this plays into the movie. That's why I'm explaining it. So you have your average bullied girl. Oh, everyone teases her, everyone bullies her, whatever, as horror movies does. And they get a substitute teacher that stands up for her. And ooh, whoopsie-doo, they become really tight and whatnot, and her half-sister is a fucking cunt, and wow, every fucking typical cliche you can have in a horror movie. And then it just turns, like, really fucking weird. Granted, you're probably never gonna watch this one, so I'm just gonna, like, go ahead and say it, like, this teacher person thing, like, is kind of psychotic, where she tries to hook this girl up with her quote-unquote son, and there's some form of, like, infection spreading around, like, it also plays into bees, where, like, if the hive gets, like, if a part of the hive gets sick, you have to cut it off and remove it. Just like anything else, really.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what happens to this guy she's trying to set her up with after they sleep together, and, well, she's no longer a fucking virgin, and she won't sleep with this other guy she drags home, and it's really messy, it's really weird, it's low budget as fuck. The camera quality is terrible, and it's just, it's incredibly weird. I don't recommend anyone watching this, in all honesty.
What was the title of it again?
Royal Honey.
Royal Honey.
Or Royal Jelly.
Oh, Royal Jelly.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. But it sounds like some low budget independent crap.
It definitely is. It's like you can see how low budget it is, but just by the fucking camera. Like the camera quality is terrible. But
Speaking of that, we got Lovis Lane to talk about.
yeah. Yeah.
Have you watched anything else?
No, that was the last one. I was on a movie binge for some ungodly reason. I was just like, oh, I want to watch movies, and burned through so many movies. But now I'm down to she's called Amanda. Amanda the Jedi. She's talking about among other things, movies, comparing movies to the original book, and I have been sitting through, I think, 10 videos about fanfictions that's turned into books, that turned into movies, that are fucking weird. Like fanfictions about the band One Direction, fanfictions like 50 Shades of Grey, fanfictions about Twilight. I have a mild headache because there's so many fanfictions.
Well, people are creative, so if they got a ground idea to build something off, they, you know.
Nah, people are thirsty, that's what it is.
Okay. The only thing I've been watching is I started to rewatch The Walking Dead.
Oh, did you start from season 1?
Yeah. So well, we recorded a week ago, and that's the only thing I've been watching. So I'm almost done with season 3.
All right.
I think I got 2 more episodes. But that's everything I've been watching, really, besides YouTube and Twitch. So, nothing much to report there. We should mention that Zombie and Augie isn't on this episode because Zombie was busy with something else, and we haven't gotten into contact with Augie for this episode, so it is what it is. I know what Augie would pick for his next episode, though, so get into that a little bit later. Should we roll the trailer then, perhaps, for Lover's Lane?
Yeah, let's roll the trailer.
Yeah, here it is.
Do you want to talk about it? This anger? This rage? Let's talk about that night. You went up there just like always, to watch them, doing what you dreamed of doing. You killed those 2 young people. You took that steel hook and you butchered them.
13 years ago, a brutal killer struck.
Bye-bye, Mommy.
Hey, sexy. So we on? Tonight? Beers up, clothes off.
Today is Valentine's Day, and I know you all have love on your minds. Be careful.
Hi there.
What the hell do you want?
Brad and I are going up to Lover's Lane. Make sure that Michael finds us there.
Now, it looks like history
Oh, good God.
is about to repeat itself.
Chloe.
The hook's out. He went over a wall today.
Police have still failed to apprehend escaped murderer Ray Hennessy, convicted 13 years ago for the Valentine's Day slaying of a young couple on a remote road known as Lover's Lane.
This time it'll be our kids.
You think this guy's on a vendetta? That's just plain crazy.
It's on!
Where are they?
Try Lover's Lane if you can find it.
Did you hear something?
Oh, come on. Don't tell me that you're scared.
Lover's Lane.
Valentine's Day, a time for love and romance. Not anymore. 13 years ago, two young lovers were brutally murdered at Lover's Lane by a crazed killer wielding a steel hook. The killer was caught, but the scars he left behind never healed. Now it's Valentine's Day again, and the killer has escaped with revenge in his heart and his deadly hook. When a group of teens heads up to Lover's Lane for a little romance, the action gets hotter than they planned. It's up to Michael and Mandy to overcome the past, stop the killer, and make sure that history doesn't repeat itself. That was the plot synopsis from First Look Home Entertainment DVD. This was a rewatch for me, but you could technically say that it was a first time watch, since I haven't seen it since 2001 or 2002 on cable TV. I think I might have rented it, I can't remember, but I hadn't seen it for around 20 years at least. From what I remembered, I thought that this movie was really good back in the day when I saw it for the first time. I don't know if that is a false memory or if I just had a really bad taste in movies. I don't know.
I mean, it might have been good at a time because you haven't watched that many movies.
I had watched a lot of movies back then, but I think I think I accepted shittier movies back then more than I do now, even though I accept a lot of bad movies nowadays as well, but
Bleeder.
I don't like that movie. I despise that movie, and I've seen it 3 times. But anyway, after rewatching Lover's Lane, I can conclude that I probably could have gone on for 20 more years without rewatching it. To be honest, I mean there are glimpses of light here and there throughout the movie. Like, I like the bad acting. It made me chuckle a couple of times, especially the guy who plays the sheriff, who apparently has had a pretty good career after this. I don't understand why, but his line deliveries at times are so bad it made me laugh. And I like the twist at the end, and to be honest, I didn't see it coming, probably because I had lost interest in the film by that point. But I at least liked it because it reminded me a lot of the Scooby-Doo-esque reveals in the 80s slasher movies. That was very commonplace. And one scene that actually made me laugh out loud was the scene when the principal punches a chick in the face at the bowling alley, which was glorious. But yeah, overall, I mean, I get that the movie is a low-budget independent movie, and it can't really stand up to the other slashers that came out around the same time. Like the Scream movies, and I know what they did last summer, Urban Legend, Cherry Falls, Valentine, and so on and so on. But still, the biggest sin a movie, especially a horror movie, can do is to be boring, and Lover's Lane is boring. I mean, most, if not all, of the kills are off screen.
Yep.
And the characters aren't that interesting. And I mean, the killer has a great slasher villain weapon. And it has been used really good in other slasher movies like Candyman and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
But since they don't show anything, it it kind of defeats the purpose of the weapon.
Yeah.
But yet, I don't know. I don't hate Lover's Lane, but I'm pretty disappointed since since I remembered it to be a lot better than what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, in my opinion, since I have a really soft spot for slashers that came out at the second half of the 90s and early 2000s, mostly because I have personal nostalgic feelings for them since I was a kid around the time they were released. So I was there when they were released.
Yeah.
So it's But we'll see if it takes me another 20 years before I rewatch it again.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Lover's Lane?
Like you said, it was boring. It was very, very boring.
The whole movie is just so generic, and
yeah, that was my problem.
It doesn't do anything special at all.
Because I mean, like the whole trope with makeout point, teenagers, the killer with the hook. Like it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah, the movie is based on the urban legend of the Hook Man.
Yeah.
Which I find, it's a nice touch.
Yeah.
But the execution is just so fucking boring.
Yeah, it's a tale as old as time, and it has been done so many times, and it's been done so many times better. Like, I felt like if I wouldn't have watched movies like Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, I might actually have enjoyed this one a little bit. But with like good movies like that, and then you sit down and you watch this like garbage fire. It's nah. It's not fun. It's a pain. And like the actors are pretty trash. Like there was no likable character. I actually like, what's her face? The one they call the like librarian chick, whatever. Like. I think it's Mandy.
Oh yeah. What the leading, the leading girl.
Like, she's like semi-likable at the start before she starts like going on this quote-unquote date with the guy that sits in a fucking public bathroom cranking it to a terribly fucking folded picture that's so badly folded that you can barely see the picture anymore, and then sits and hypes himself up as loud as possible in a fucking bowling alley. What's wrong with you? Like, if you want to crank it, go home. And like,
I don't understand why they included a scene like that.
Like, if she wanted leverage on him for something, they could have come up with something better. But no.
That scene was just weird.
It was. And as we all know, there's a dog in the movie. The saddest death is the dog.
There was a dog?
Yeah, in the start of the movie, the head psychiatrist at the mental institution has a Doberman.
Oh yeah, he had,
and
did that one get killed?
Yeah, he gets decapitated. They find his head in the fridge.
They did?
Yeah.
Well, that
It's
tells,
a very
I think that tells a lot of what I thought about the film.
it's a very short frequency, but one of the girls finds it, they scream, turn around, and BAM! There's someone there. But yeah, like,
I honestly don't remember that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, that is kill.
It is, yeah. And I like how the lead chick is like, how can you know shit about your dad? You were 4 years old. It's like,
well, some.
I mean, yeah, some kids has memories from that they were 4. Like, my earliest memory, I was probably 11. So, I mean, I've suppressed all my fucking childhood.
Wow. My earliest memory goes back from when I was 6, I think.
I mean, you still have the memory of me telling on you for, quote-unquote, letting me watch a horror movie where someone got their ice skate in the face.
Yeah, that's Halloween H2O.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh man, I need to rewatch that though.
It's in the beginning of the film.
Yeah, no. Fun times.
But okay, so we kind of is agreeing about the film.
Yeah, it's not a good movie in my opinion. I sadly did not watch I think Ghost Ship or Death Ship.
Death Ship.
Death Ship, yeah. I have it on my to watch list. I've just been on a League of Legends bench in ranked, and I was doing so well that I completely forgot to watch the movie.
Watch it whenever you have the time for it.
Yeah, I'll watch it to the next recording. But I was planning on watching it, so we could talk about that one too. But yeah, no, like if you want to watch a Valentine's movie, I would definitely say Valentine or Valentine 3D rather than watching this one. Hell,
I mean, my Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, My Bloody Valentine. Or hell, watch fucking Friday the 13th or Halloween or something good, because this is sad.
I mean, it's not a good movie. I give you that, but at the same time, like I said, I liked some parts of it, some glimpses here and there. I mean, did you finger the killer, by the way?
No, I did think through the whole movie that it was the psychotic person, but when that snobby chick that quote unquote gets dumped and wants to get even by fucking his best friend, like start calling the person her father and shit, and then get slashed. The best kill in the movie though, like, yes, she's finally fucking dead. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Did she legitimately plan with her father to kill her friends? Where were they gonna go from there then?
Yeah. Well, it's a slasher movie, so I don't think that matters really.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking too logically.
But still, I like that twist because, like I said, it's very Scooby-Doo-esque.
Yeah.
Like the old whodunits from the 80s.
Yeah.
And his reasoning for murdering all of the victims are so fucking ludicrous as well. Like you said.
But yeah, no, like, I did not finger the killer. I had no idea about anything, and as I understood it from the ending, like, I I was completely lost. It was someone's brother that was doing it. I have no idea.
Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen the movie. The killer turns out to be the brother of the sheriff, who is the town's psychiatrist. So the killer was the quote unquote killer for 13 years.
Huh, so they basically just grabbed this one guy, put him in behind locked bars, said that he's crazy, and
yeah, he got the blame for the murders at the beginning of the movie. Because Mandy's mother, I can't remember exactly what they say in the movie, but Mandy's mother was at the Lover's Lane for some reason, and the psychiatrist tried to get it on with her, but got rejected, and he murdered her. No, the Michael's father came by and defended her, and that's why the psychiatrist murdered both of them. And made it look like they had an affair with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember at least, but I really didn't care when the resolution came.
So, what did you think about the way they kind of like leave it open for a sequel, and or like, do you think that he quote unquote kills the people in the car?
I think the very end twist. I don't know really. It's a cliche in itself to have that kind of ending. But I don't know if they were planning on doing a sequel, which we never got, thank God.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's okay. It's very commonplace to have those type of twists at the end of at least slasher movies.
Yeah.
But with that twist ending, you can also question if the guy who was in the asylum, if he really was so innocent.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, if you're locked up for 13 years, eventually you're gonna go bonkers. So, I mean, I wouldn't blame him. But, like, when I was watching it, I felt like, oh, they're probably gonna try and pull, like, a Scream on this and make it at least a trilogy. Trilogy, yeah. But I mean, they kind of made it a 50-50 kind of ending. Like, oh, he might just kill them, or this might be leaving it open for a sequel because he's still out. But the fact that he is, I believe he's driving off with the kids.
Yeah, Mandy and Michael, I think they were called.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're trying to lean to like, oh, he killed them.
Yeah, well, they leave it very open-ended.
Oh, yeah, they do. But yeah, I agree. Like, thank God that there is not a sequel on this, because it did not need a sequel. No. Or a prequel, or anything. Like, fuck this.
I usually try to be not nice, but open-minded when it comes to movies. But like I said, the biggest sin a movie, especially a horror movie, can do is to be boring, and Lover's Lane is boring.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What rating would you give this?
A 1.
Yeah.
It's, nah.
But we've covered worse movies than this, but yeah.
I mean, I've been screaming in episodes where I've given the movie a 0. because it's actual complete and utter garbage. This one, like, it doesn't even deserve the passion of calling it a trash movie at this point. But yeah, like, it's nothing I recommend watching. It's nothing I would go back to watch. Nothing like that. It's just a 0.
Okay. Well, I will be a little bit nicer than you then. I will give it a 3 out of 10. Mostly because, you know,
yeah,
the positive things are said about it. But, yeah.
Yeah.
Background then.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, so the movie was released in the US on December 31st, 1999. Alternative titles for the film are I'm Still Waiting for You in the UK and The Lover's Road in France. Anna Faris, I think. The chick who played the cheerleader.
Yeah.
She moved on to appear in Scary Movie the next year.
I thought I recognized her face.
Yeah, she's the leading girl in the 4 first Scary Movie movies.
Oh, alright. Cool.
And the first one, obviously, is parody slasher movies, so, you know, the connection.
I mean, yeah, I mean, if you don't know what Scary Movie is, then you shouldn't be listening to this podcast. I'm sorry, you're too young.
Yeah, well, if you don't know what Scary Movie is, then what have you done for the past 22 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Lover's Lane was supposed to get filmed at Mount C High School in... what the hell? Snoqualmie. I don't know how to pronounce that, in Washington. Due to several real-life student deaths, including a triple murder, the school decided it wouldn't be appropriate to be associated with this film and backed out.
Yeah, wonder why.
Yeah. But it was shot on location in Seattle, in Washington.
Alright.
Erin J. Dean played both Mandy Anderson and her own mother, Harriet. Anne Yider, the actress credited with playing Harriet Anderson, is an anagram of Erin J. Dean. And like I said, the guy who played the sheriff, Matt Reedy, has moved on to have a pretty good career, appearing in both movies and TV series, and he has done some voice acting as well in games such as Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty World War II, and Metro Exodus, amongst others. And the last thing I got, this was a pretty hard movie to find in the background on, actually. But the last thing I got is young Condit from Dread Central stated, down a few cold ones and enjoy a return to simpler times, back when little things like scripts, budgets, and knowing winks were not required. That was everything I heard.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
It's ass!
Okay,
No.
I take that as a no.
No, I don't have anything else to say about the movie. It's yeah, no. I've said everything I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The next pick is Ogge. The next pick is Ogge's pick.
Yeah.
And it will be a 2006 movie called Siren, and it's also known as Forbidden Siren. So we're going back to Japan for some freaky deaky horror.
Alright. I'm all for that. That sounds good.
And we are playing out with Sex with Sarah in one word. Spread.
Alright.
I think it was on the soundtrack for this movie. if I remember correctly.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so I think that's it.
I mean, we should ask our listeners, have you watched the movie? And if you have watched the movie, what did you think about it? You should drop a comment. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye, good people.
Thanks for listening. Hopefully we'll hear from you in the next episode. And leave a comment if you have any thoughts about the movie. Take care.